Beginning with SDG number 3, good health and well-being. This is the first of the 9 primary SDGs that Desphere technology impacts. Do you know much about SDG 3?
I know that health, well being, and sustainable development are interconnected and would love to learn more about this goal. So, what exactly does good health and well being by 2030 mean?
You're right. Good health is essential to sustainable development. The 2030 Agenda reflects the interconnectedness of the two, taking into account widening economic and social inequalities, rapid urbanization, environmental threats, climate change, the continuing burden of HIV and other infectious and non-communicable diseases, and further emerging challenges. These aspects impact human health and well-being, as well as our social, environmental, and economic abilities to develop sustainably.
So, with that being said, what does good health and well being mean for people and our world?
The goal aims to reduce maternal mortality rates, end all preventable deaths under the age of 5, fight communicable diseases, reduce mortality from non-communicable diseases, promote mental health, prevent and treat substance abuse, reduce road injuries and deaths, ensure universal access to sexual and reproductive care, family planning and education, achieve universal health coverage, and reduce illnesses and deaths from hazardous chemicals and pollution.
Wow, a world with systems that ensure good health and well being for all sounds so ideal. I'm interested in learning more about how we can achieve this goal. So, how does SDG 3 specifically impact the fashion industry?
Well, from that list of targets, I can point out the connections between healthy working environments and good health and well-being. Worldwide attention on worker safety in the garment industry has grown enormously since the 3 devastating accidents that killed thousands of workers and shook the world. The factory fires of Ali Enterprises in Pakistan and Tazreen Fashions in Bangladesh, both in 2012, and the Rana Plaza collapse in Bangladesh in 2013. Garment workers are threatened by unsafe buildings as well as dangerous practices such as the unprotected use of chemical substances and sandblasting, a finishing technique in denim production. Workers behind the sewing machine are exposed to health hazards such as high temperatures, repetitive motion, and long hours. Fainting is common in factories where workers make long hours without proper ventilation or air conditioning and are paid too little to compensate for basic sustenance. Additionally, many garment workers are subjected to verbal and psychological harassment and face gender-based violence and sexual harassment.
Oh my goodness. That is uncomfortable to sit with, and it feels extremely unfair. Can we talk about what can be done to impact this SDG and how change can be made within the fashion industry for the betterment of health and well being of the garment workers and the whole world?
I agree, Sheila. It's important to note that the health of our planet and environment goes hand in hand with the health of its inhabitants, us. Air, water, and soil pollution, toxic chemicals, and exploitation of our finite resources impact our well-being both directly and indirectly. After all, humans are a part of nature.
Oh, absolutely. I learned that 7 million people die each year from exposure to fine particles in polluted air. We must find ways to eliminate such pollution for our planet and ourselves. So, what can we do? How does Desphere impact SDG 3?
Desphere's approach to fashion is by zero waste design. This means it eliminates textile waste from the production and manufacturing process and circulates pre-existing materials. It also saves on water and energy use. To achieve a healthy environment, we must implement environmentally conscious practices. A healthy environment is a home for healthy people. The two are interconnected. Working with materials that we have to transform into new clothing not only unlocks creativity, but it connects us further to the clothes we wear. Such connection to our creativity and our material commodities is important for our mental health and well-being. It adds a dimension of consciousness to our lives that we lose through long supply chains and disconnection. Personalization of fashion allows for freedom of expression, and fashion as a means of storytelling adds a deeper layer of connection to our clothes and our stories. As humans, we love to tell stories. They're a part of our expression and our identities. Through Desphere, we can do so easily through the means of fashion. Finally, connecting to garment workers and sharing gratitude are vital to promoting well being through the use of technology. Gratitude is good for the soul. It's important for us to share our appreciation by connecting with people across the globe and sharing our oneness on this earth.